And as News Channel 2's James Corrigan tells us, the new clinic comes as the pandemic has brought mental health issues to the forefront of our daily lives.
There is a better day, and it's a matter sometimes of just making it to tomorrow.
This is the overarching message for patients at the Beacon Center's new mental health treatment outpatient clinic in Herkimer, which opened its doors today. Its Director of Program Operations, Helen Burdick, says a lack of mental health options in the area caused the longtime substance abuse clinic to expand.
Our clients were telling us they were waiting too long to get in to see a psychiatrist or to receive mental health services. So we came up with the idea of opening a mental health clinic.
The clinic comes not a moment too soon, as the pandemic has wreaked havoc on the mental health of millions. Psychiatric nurse practitioner Hillary Kelly says that social isolation and financial uncertainty stemming from the pandemic has put a serious strain on people's resolve.
There is a model that says, we are able to put up with a certain level of stress for so long, and then our coping mechanisms and our reserves just kind of give out after a period of time, and we either need to adapt and learn new coping skills, or we kind of start to fall apart.
That's where Beacon comes in, offering treatments that are both thorough and time-friendly in order to help mend patients' lives without completely disrupting them.
What we're trying to do is to offer them services that are less intrusive in their lives so that they can continue to work or do what they need to do, as well as receive treatment.
But Kelly says the biggest barrier people have in receiving this critical treatment is admitting to themselves that they need help.
There is certainly no shame whatsoever in, needing help. There are times that we all need help. So reaching out, I think, is the first, most important, most crucial step, and it sometimes is the hardest step.
Coming up at 6, we'll have more on what you can do to help a loved one you think is in need of mental health services. In Herkimer, James Corrigan, News Channel 2.
The clinic says doors are open, but many are struggling to come forward with mental health issues. News Channel 2's James Corrigan tells us what we can all do to help those in need.
This has been a year like nobody has ever seen before.
Truer words have never been spoken when it comes to mental health, as the Beacon Center's brand new mental health outpatient treatment center in Herkimer comes at a time where the pandemic is taking its toll on the resolve of millions.
People losing their jobs through unemployment, isolation. We are beings who were not designed to isolate. We are social beings.
Hillary Kelly is a psychiatric nurse practitioner at the Beacon Center and says that many people feel ashamed to admit they are struggling with their mental health.
There is still a huge stigma associated with mental health and mental illness. There is, I think, still a lot of shaming associated with mental health and mental illness.
But those who are struggling mentally are hardly alone, as the CDC said in a December study that a staggering 42% of Americans are struggling with symptoms of anxiety and depression. Kelly says that if you have a loved one who may be experiencing these symptoms, the best thing to do would be to reach out to them.
I would say to talk to them about it. Sometimes we have a really hard time recognizing things within ourselves. Sometimes it takes somebody else talking to them or calling them on it that, hey, I'm worried, I'm concerned about you, like these are the things I'm seeing. I think you may need some help.
And with licensed and experienced mental health professionals ready to help at the Beacon Center, Director of Program Operations Helen Burdick says anyone who comes in will be made to feel at home.
The person that needs the help can come in themselves. They can bring a family member with them or a friend if they're nervous about coming into the clinic. We get people in quickly, so if they want to come in and get some help, all they have to do is open the door and walk in or give us a call on the phone.
A phone call which could go a long way towards saving a life. In Herkimer, James Corrigan, News Channel 2.